the guy who's going to try and get him the ball early, John Mullen, the face-off man for the Cuse. Played second fiddle last year to Mason Cone, but has gotten the job this year, and he's close to 60% at the X. And he's going up against a unit today for Harvard that has really struggled this season. Under 40%, that's 7th worst in the country.
Henehan and Umansky, look for the two of them to muck it up at the face-off X and give Johnny Mullen different looks at X.
This matchup could be a little bit more interesting, though, than just the pure numbers. For more on that, to the sidelines, it's Sean Dorsalis.
Yeah, guys, Henehan and Umansky, we'll see both of them today. But luckily for Syracuse face-off man John Mullen, he's got familiarity with both of them. See, all three of these guys hail from New England, where Mullen was a 2-time Massachusetts state champion. And Mullen has done lots of off-season training with both of his Crimson counterparts. He told me pregame that there may be some smiles exchanged underneath the masks in this one, but he's really looking forward to competing against a couple of guys that he knows really well.
Well, thank you so much, Sean. Should be a super fun one. Syracuse wearing the all whites, Harvard in the all grays, the orange attacking the right goal, the crimson attacking the left. Solid crowd on hand, and Mullen wins the opening draw with ease. Syracuse settles into its offense, a group that really struggled last time out, just 7 goals. And after the right off the face-off. And it's just like that. Mullen starts his day 2 for 2, and both times he wins the clamp super easily.
That's where he's so dangerous, the ability to win the ball to himself, not let any of the wings get involved.
He's tallied a point in every single game of his career, more than 50 of those under his belt, and John Mullen now 3 for 3. Can't get much better about Syracuse's success after winning the draw.
Yeah, Adam, a lot of focus on the face-off here today. Last year, the Orange scored directly off of nearly 40% of the face-offs that Mullen won. They fell far below that number this year, and it's something they want to get back to.
Well, this time it's Jackson Henehan who takes the draw for Harvard, and he wins it for the Crimson. So first face-off win of the day for Harvard is from the freshman from Marshfield, Mass.
A full-blown righty, he does want to get underneath, speaking to that box background that he does have.
Harvard won the last face-off, but Mullen comes right back and wins this one, so he's 4 for 5 to start.
And like we said, so impressive. He's just winning that ball right to himself. He's able to get the clamp, rake it right into his stick, untouched by the wings. Also doesn't have to tire out his own wings.
Asked about that for a second with English, how he likes to keep it in his right. Hiltz likes to keep it in his left. You mentioned the box background. That's something that we see a lot with this Syracuse team. Of course, we're just about an hour away from the Canadian border, so there's all of that influence here as there's a face-off win for Harvard, but a quick turnover. Didn't even get in the offensive zone. Figueroa scoops up the ground ball, and a class in each of the last 4 years. I mentioned one of them in goal, Graham Stevens, a 5-star, as Mullen wins yet another face-off.
Yeah, guys, after the 4th goal that the Orange scored, Billy Dwan came off the field. He got his lower left leg looked at, got the ankle taped up, and he practically subbed himself back in after that last goal. Good toughness shown here by the senior cat.
That's his first of the season. He has really stepped things up this year. Had just 9 points all last year as Mullen wins the face-off quickly. That time it was up against Wyatt Wiggins.
Syracuse can be so good at, right? Low shot clock or low game clock. Just making those plays happen.
Just 3 seconds to go in this first quarter. Harvard led 7-3 at the end of the first last time out before losing. So this game not at all over, but Syracuse with about as good of a start as it could ask for. 6-3. It was just 5-3 with 4 seconds to go in the first quarter before Syracuse added on another as John Mullen wins at the X and was teammates with Michael Leo on Syracuse. There's connections all over the place in the lacrosse world as that's another violation against the Crimson. So back-to-back face puts it up. Does this surprise you?
I am a little surprised. We haven't seen a ton of it, but credit to them. They're also seeing that it's been successful, so they're going to keep going back to it. Interested to see what Harvard does to combat it if they end up just sliding that 6th guy in You know, whether that switches who they put on the face-off wings, as that time we saw the LSM, Sagiter from Syracuse. He was the one hanging back instead of Mullen. Not often you see, you know, goals and assists be that equal for a midfielder.
Owen wins yet another at the draw, and this time takes it himself, and it's just punched wide by Stevens. We haven't seen Mullen score a goal yet this year. Almost had his first there.
Impressive lefty shot from him.
This Harvard team just...
He's slipping inside for his own shot. It's a tough matchup to deal with.
There's already a second hat trick of the season, had one against Towson. As Mullen does win another face-off. For a second, he might have sent it back too far, but oh, he's got another one, and Syracuse continues to just straight out dominate at the X. Now, 12...
Just hold on to it for too long. They get that ball moving. They play fast. They don't get slowed up. Results in a goal.
Mullen almost wins another face-off, but Tyler McCarthy can't pick it up. Malone, as fans were calling for a Ward, takes it.
To throw that ball back. Getting that Syracuse defensive midfielder out of place, out of position.
Mullen wins that one clean. He's won 13 of 16, but it's just a one-goal game. That's shocking. Another violation from Harvard at the X. Mullen wins another. That would have been a penalty last year, the third violation of the quarter.
Michael Leo, one of the best midfielders in the country. Right, when he's on, it really helps this Syracuse team.
Mullen tried to take it all the way, but there's no one backing it up for Syracuse, and goes to Harvard.
In order to preserve his Ivy League eligibility, King had to take the fall semester off. He rejoined the team this semester, but definitely not the typical offseason for the Harvard attacker.
He's only taken about 5% of his team's shots coming into this game. Gets his first goal there. It was his second point, had an assist earlier.
And I like on that possession, they let him dodge into space. They set that pick, but he's got somewhere to go.
English gets past his man, doesn't have much of an angle. His shot was blocked anyways. Here's Hiltz, 20 seconds. Let's send things down to the sideline. Sean Dorsella spoke with Harvard head coach Jerry Byrne at the half.
Yeah, I spoke to Coach Byrne, guys, and he said it would have been really easy for his team to fold after going down 5-0. But he's proud of the resilience that his group has shown. He noted the disparity in the faceoffs, and like you said, Stephen, he just said his team's got to be better everywhere else to make up for it.
Thanks so much, Sean. Harvard on an 8-5 run after Syracuse started off up 5-0 all the way around. Such an excellent player, was a very highly rated recruit in the class of 2022. California High School Player of the Year his senior year in 2021. Led the midfield in scoring last year, so he's been a consistent force for this Crimson team. Picks up his first goal of the game as Syracuse has it over midfield. Here's Tyler McCarthy. Biggest of his SU career so far in a tie game against a top 15 team. He might face something right away as there's a face-off win for the Crimson, something they've barely done today. It's just the 5th of the game.
Henehan with a nice win there.
Ippoliti gets tested early on, but a crease violation. Malone was in the goal mouth. So Ippoliti maybe a little bit lucky. He's got his first clear attempt.
I don't know about lucky. He was in the crease there. Credit to Teddy Malone. He does continue to dodge really hard. You know, and speaking to Michael Ippoliti,
4 goals in this game.
And that's what Syracuse likes. You see on that possession, they're working it from the right side over to the left side, back to the right side. Then that final skip, really tough for Stevens to track in cage because he has to shift from left to right, left to right. Watching film on Malone, couldn't tell if he was a lefty or a righty. He does play the left side for Harvard, and Jerry Byrne did say that's his lefty attackman, but clearly able to do it with both hands.
Mullen playing a little bit of soccer, wins the face-off with some help from Sam English.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's one of the first, if not the first time they've gotten their wings involved that Mullen has.
Pushing the back against the... I'll just try it.
That makes up for that. Yeah, makes up for that turnover that he had in the clear. Good for him.
Mullen wins the face-off and bounces it wide again. And he rolled into the crease, and so it goes to Harvard. That's the third time that Mullen has shot today. Hasn't found the cage on any of them. He's missed wide every single time.
I think it's got to be hard for the coaching staff to tell Mullen they don't want him to shoot, but at the same time, with the way this game is going, he's doing such a good job winning the ball.
It's Mullen against Umansky at the X. Mullen's won 21 of 25 today. And make it 22 of 26 after the violation. Mullen's going to try and dodge on Umansky. Mullen and Henehan at the X. Mullen wins another. But it hasn't really mattered in this game. 23 of 27, but we're all tied up. It's a true anomaly. Back and redodge, but you said there's no slide.
You need to help there. One of the biggest threats, getting above GLE that close.
Syracuse wins another face-off, but again, Harvard with its first goal lead of the game.
And that's what Sam Kane does, just a true quarterback. Makes this offense so much better when that ball is in his stick. Draws so much attention.
Another face-off win, and Nick Aquaviva won us English. He had just 3 in the first 3 games, so big bounce back. The man who transferred from Princeton last season, second-team All-American in the preseason this year.
Yeah, and English hasn't had to really participate much on the wings because Mullen's been winning it to himself, so it just makes him that much fresher. We see him have a bigger offensive game here.
Another win, goals in the third quarter that helped the Terps run away with it. Be a big face-off win for Mullen, and he gets it done.
If you're Syracuse here, you're learning a lot about your identity. Talk to Coach Gator.
Here, try and give the Orange the ball back. A man up. Mullen can't flick it back to himself, still under him. And Mullen picks it up. There's number 28. And Gary Gate calls timeout. 140.